Yo, I'm back. Today, I had a really interesting day full of conversations with friends and experiences and stuff. I ran in a graveyard, which was interesting, but I was very respectful. Noise of life and everything is what I want to talk about because there just is so much noise, and the calmer my mind becomes, the noisier and noisier I can see the world. There is all these signs trying to draw your attention at all times, like street signs or distractions or sounds, like, or you're going on your phone, you see these headlines. They're just trying to reel you in for a click, grab your attention. You go to YouTube, there's all these catchy titles or whatever, trying to control your attention again. You come home. What are you itching for? You're itching for this YouTube. You're itching for this Netflix. You're itching for this some sort of stimulation. Whether that be a drug, like, alcohol, weed, whatever. Like, you have this anxiety, and in order to kind of ease it, you need this crutch. And I think for so many people, we don't identify smartphone addiction or smartphone usage or like whatever with addiction that much. Like I think we have this idea of what addiction means. It means like this obsession, but often I think we can rationalize that. We're not on our phone all the time. How bad really is it? But I mean, if you really can go to the settings, I haven't done it myself because I can notice it. But just how many times you look at your phone a day is astronomical. Maybe you're not even on it that much. Maybe you're someone that has kind of weaned down their smartphone usage, but you're still looking at it. It's like probably 100+ times a day. Checking to see a notification that pops up. Like, there's all this noise. And you have this one attention span, this one thing, just trying its best to live its life. And then ding, notification, ding, like smartphone, you're like you have maybe a smartwatch. Oh, you go look. And all these moments, all these dings, all these notifications, all these signs that you see around in your life or whatever it is, they're just noise. It's just a distraction. It's taking your attention away from what it is that you're actually living and experiencing. It's reeling you from your world that are living into just like an adjacent world that doesn't even matter. Why does it matter that you had an Uber Eats notification on your phone for a good deal? You didn't even want Uber Eats to begin with. Maybe like like but it's okay because maybe you are I guess it just pulls you out of the moment. Maybe you are sitting there bored and you're like, maybe I want some food, and then you go check Uber Eats. Not this like constant throughout the day where it pops up. And I think I've only used this as an example because I have to turn off these Uber Eats notifications. They're bothering me. But it's just so much, and it feels very competitive for your attention. And often this has been touted like we're an attention-based economy or an attention-based life. And more than ever, I can see it this way. The more I start to disconnect from my smartphone usage, wean off watching Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, even YouTube videos for that matter. Because yes, YouTube is an addictive media platform as well. The more I wean off of these things, like it is just all noise. Like I want to create art. I want to study electromagnetics for MRI. I want to just think about these things, for fun because I enjoy it. I want to journal. I want to make these videos. I want to journal. I want to ponder life's like mysteries. I want to learn something new. I want to read my books. I want to even write a book, etc. Like all these things I want to do. But what? Maybe they are hard to do, but they don't take much more energy than like the thoughts that come in your head will what am I even trying to say? Like it doesn't even take that much energy to do these things, but it just so happens that the noise of these distractions are so appealing, easy to use, mindless, brainless. You don't have to engage your brain in order to watch YouTube that much. Often you just drift into this state of unconscious living, and maybe it's needed sometimes, but when your whole life is built on these distractions, when you wake up, reach for the phone, eat your bowl of cereal, go to work, come home listening to stuff in the car, and then when you're home, turn on Netflix to then fall asleep while watching YouTube on your phone and have a shitty sleep to wake it up again. Like, this is a pattern, and it's a never-ending noisy pattern. Like, you will never have time to work on your art. You will never have time to write your book. You will never have time to do any of these things that you actually want to do if you don't fight back a little bit. If you do not grab hold of your attention even the slightest bit more. Watch your movies, cool. Do your thing, cool. But if you have something in your soul that you're wanting to do, set at least an hour of time to do it, to pursue it. And start to break away from these distractions and start to learn how amazing it is to enrich your life with creating for a change instead of consuming. Instead of consuming content and consuming just food. Instead of consuming all this media, messages, whatever. Start to create something for a change. Cook your meals. That's creating something. Engage with life. Fight back from this noise that's keeping you from creating but just consuming. Like I drew this, there's this concept in engineering, I guess, that pops up everywhere. It's called signal to noise ratio. It's the ratio of the signal to the noise. The way I have it in my head right now is the signal is the life that you actually want to live. The noise is the distractions grabbing your attention and all these things that you don't even want to do or that you don't even care about, but you're forcing yourself to do them anyway, And I don't know if it's probably not a good drawing, but it definitely is not a good drawing. But basically, the top figure is a standalone thing. This guy, that ball is noise. You can't even see the signal in there. It's just this ball of living, okay? The second figure is noise is down here, and the signal of life is floating on top of it. The signal of life is floating on top of it. When you start to live with your signal, you're floating above this noise. You're floating in this area where you can look down finally and see your past life with how many distractions and noisy environments that you were part of that are just keeping you from being yourself. All these, you know, false narratives that you tell yourself. You know, maybe you want to get into sewing and you're telling yourself, oh, I'm an engineer, I can't sew. Why? Like, go learn to sew. Go learn to do whatever the hell you want to do. You know, you don't have to keep coming up with this noisy, unfounded reasons for not pursuing something. You want to learn computer science? Go online to go learn computer science. You don't need a core. Like, you just start. Start putting energy towards the stuff that it is that you're seeking. Maybe you're seeking a quiet life. Start living a quiet life. Stop filling all your time with stimulus. I was just in the park on the way home. I was walking. And it was so nice because I just laid on a bench in the dark. Didn't look at my phone, didn't listen to anything. Just laid there listening to my thoughts. You know, that is a much more quiet life I want to pursue. Because so much of the other parts of my life is just noisy. I don't want to constantly pepper my mind. I want it to be able to breathe. And when you're able to start to live in this signal, and you start to doing and following these truths that's in you, there's a signal in you that you're kind of neglecting. When you're able to find this, and you can find it by giving yourself a pause, you know, like stop engaging with stuff all the time. Because, you know, for instance, a signal, like let's say you want to do a career change and you've been like, oh, no, I don't want to like pursue that. That takes a lot of work, whatever. And it gives you anxiety to even think about. So you distract yourself. Say there's a relationship you're in, you're thinking about like leaving it, etc. And you're like, oh, no, that's crazy. I don't want to think about it. So I'm distracting myself. But like that stuff is the signal. That stuff is the life. That stuff is your soul trying to speak to you. And you're constantly not letting it speak its mind. Like yeah, it gives you anxiety. But it's the whole point. It is uncomfortable. You're deviating from like this direction that you've been on. Deviating is kind of uncomfortable. So it's not supposed to be this joyous realization. It's supposed to be hard, but if anything, there's a realization that, you know, the signal grows stronger when you have these realizations. When you start to set these defined, like definitive boundaries or realizations of your life, and you start to become and understand who you're truly becoming. But it only happens when you stop to consume the noise, when you stop to distract yourself from what your soul is trying to tell you. Yeah, like I have it written down here. I did a brief note. When you're in it, your head is scrambled. You are convinced of false narratives of yourself, constant distractions of what your soul is trying to tell you. Let it out. Sit with the anxiety. Sit with the discomfort. Even if you are wrong, at least you know. Like, even if you're wrong with the decision that you made then, at least you know how you were wrong. Then the signal grows stronger. It's better than just staying in the noise your entire life. Because, newsflash, you're going to die. Okay, I said it. Like, you don't have infinite time. Don't have infinite time. But when you're out of the signal, it's just so fascinating because in my own life, I can look back and reflect on like habits I had that was just contributing to me sticking in a funk. And exercise, like I'd never used to exercise when I was in high school. I was so depressed. I thought it was a stupid thing to do because nobody around me did it. That's just noise. I knew it was a good thing to do. I just never pursued it. And then suddenly I started pursuing it greatly. And oh my gosh, my mind is calmer. My energy is higher. Like, these are good things. Listen to this. Like, it's crazy. It's like magic. I look back and I see myself focusing far too much on work. I don't like, how much work do you actually need in a life? And it's like work for the wrong reason. You're just working for the sake of work. What are you getting out of this work? Are you actually engaged with it? When you're studying for exams, for instance, or your courses, are you just studying for the sake of getting by, like everybody? Or are you maybe risking a lower grade for the sake of just deeper understanding of the material? Because when you do that, like suddenly your future is actually way brighter. And when you understand what is happening, than just coasting and cheating yourself constantly. Like, and even, there's even more to life than just studying too, or like work. Go outside, take a break, chill. It's not that deep. The more energy you put into something, there's like a law of diminishing returns. I view like you can achieve 85% of what you need for some given work by like giving, I don't know, 70% of the energy of needed, or like but in order to get to 99%, you need to basically like commit all your time towards this one thing. It's like a diminishing return. Another thing I realized I wasn't doing, I was ignoring myself, of just like not calling friends. I realized how stupid that is. Just call your friends. They're your friends. Talk to them. Laugh with them. Hang out with them. Just engage with life. Stop being so distracted in your own bubble, on your own technological landscape, and just get out of the noise. Start living in the actual life and reality. Like, it's crazy what it will do for you. And no, you don't have to wait for other people to reach out. Most likely they're also trapped in the noise. Most likely they're also distracted. Maybe be someone that can provide a signal for other people that it's okay to call and hang out in reality. It's okay to go for a walk. A walk is great. Why do you guys always have to be involved with drinking or partying, whatever? I don't know. Like, of course, there's nothing wrong with it in totality, but there's these. Any hangout is good. Go do an errand with a friend. Go get your groceries together. Whatever. Like, just engage with it. And I guess that kind of goes in vain. Like, because I was focused so much on work before, I thought like relationships don't even matter. And here I am today, have this complete different realization on relationships. Relationships are like the most important thing to life. Invest in them. Invest in them above all. You're only going to, like, who are you going to call when you're, it's not about who you're going to call. It's just, like, that's where life is. Work is always going to be there. Things to see are always going to be there, but people are always going to be unique. There's always going to be something profound that you can learn from each and every individual. There's always going to be a new experience to have from each individual. So engage with your relationships, like live in this unique space that life offers. I guess the last one goes in hand with the noise. Like, I often thought that a good life was just a busy life. But that's not true. A good life is just a life led with intention, led with this signal. Like maybe your life is busy when you're living with the signal, but it doesn't start from the busyness. Just because you're busy doesn't mean your life is good. Are you listening to yourself? What do you want? What do you seek? Are you looking to be a leader in some area? Are you looking to do leadership? Are you looking to speak? Are you looking to write? Are you looking to do science? Maybe you don't even have an idea yet, but you know that there's something that you're looking for. You're not going to find it by just keeping busy, by continual distraction. You know how you're going to find it? You're going to find it by taking a pause, by sitting with the anxiety that you have no idea what it is that you want from life, that you have no idea what this all means, whatever. And when you sit with that anxiety, you let it build. Like you will be able to process that slowly in small doses and through time when you give it enough space. The signal will start to emerge. You'll start to have this epiphany, this idea, what it is that you seek. And when you know what you seek, life becomes a lot more straightforward, to be honest. Because if stuff does not necessarily match this signal, you don't care anymore. Go on your merry way. Like I have my North Star to follow. And maybe this is too grandiose of a statement, the North Star. Like in this frame of mind I'm thinking of, it doesn't have to be the end all be all mission that you have, that you're seeking. It's more so just like listening to yourself in the here and now, what it is that you seek in this like moment, in this moment of your life. You don't have to think about some crazy future trajectory. Because if you're listening to what you want today, I have good news for you. Your life is lived in the present. And if the present you are listening to, you're always going to be you're always going to be having a pretty damn good life. It's important to still plan and whatever, but like just stop distracting yourself from the present, listening to yourself and the signal that it's trying to tell you. Eventually, the SNR will increase, and you too will start to ride the wave of just more joy, more happiness will come. Stop distracting yourself. It's something I'm working on too. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that I've it all figured out, but it's a practice. Everything's a practice in life. Everything is a practice. And everything is relative. Everything is relative. A practice meaning that you're always going to fail and you sometimes are going to win, and it's an ever-changing system because everything is relative. Like when you start to get good at it, you start to notice other things that you never once did notice. But anyway, I'm Matthew. I gotta go to bed. Peace. Have a good day.